Yep.
You thought he was frozen the whole time.
Yeah. Perfect. Oh, that's great.
All right, boys. Shall we get on to topic here?
Yeah.
So, well, what we said we were going to discuss The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
But what does that even mean?
I don't know. Is there anything to discuss?
Reviewing it?
Hey, bud,
Horrible.
I'm going to dive right in here. And I have to say, I loved it when Luke Skywalker was sucking on that titty. Like,
You would, Tim.
that's the.
Come on, man.
Is that the porn version you're watching?
Yeah.
Throughout all Star Wars convention.
I think he was more squeezing it into the bottle is what he was doing.
That's the meme of the whole fucking new series. I think is that moment. That's the meme.
Yeah.
Of all of the 3 movies, that was easily the best.
Yeah, I agree.
I disagree.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I'd say Force Awakens is the best, but I mean, I use best very loosely.
Yeah, it's relative for sure.
But it was like the you guys know where I've stood for a long time. The Last Jedi, in context of everything that's happened, is probably the worst for the series. It's the worst movie for the series. It broke it. It absolutely shattered the entire.
Aren't you supposed
attempt.
Aren't you supposed to be arguing for the movie?
I don't even understand how. What argument is there that it shattered the series?
Well, let me finish my thought. I'll tell you.
All right.
It shattered the flow that they were building up, whatever that was. Like what he started with Force Awakens, Johnson came in and shot down every single dangling little lead that Abrams had left for him, and he purposefully shot each of them down. So it should have been the first movie in a new trilogy, not it was setting up a whole bunch of stuff, and then Johnson's like, hey, there you go, peace, and goes and makes other movies and doesn't leave anything. Right. So
it still would have been
for the series, it's the worst thing that happened to the entire Star Wars series, bar none. Oh my God. Fuck, man.
Fuck, I wonder why it's yours.
Well, I got this jury-rigged bullshit thing going where it's using my iPad. I don't want to use. I don't want to use the iPad because then I can't share stuff.
The movie shouldn't exist at all.
What?
Never mind first in the series. That movie instantly made the whole Star Wars saga infinitely worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, well,
it was only uphill from 1, 2, and 3, and then Abrams comes in and does a copy of the original Star Wars, and everyone's like, "Yay, it's the best Star Wars ever!" Because it's a copy of the original Star Wars.
Who said it was the best Star Wars ever?
Well, everyone was very. I said it just now, but didn't mean it.
Okay.
But it was received fantastically well.
It was received really well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By me
it didn't
included.
rock the boat. Yeah, I mean, it didn't rock the boat. It just
didn't rock the boat.
It was a reboot. I mean, it was a remake and a reboot of Lost A New Hope.
Yeah.
So where I'm coming from,
it needed to be followed up. The threads in that movie need to be followed up by something good, or else it's all going to fall apart. And instead, you get the movie that's just trying to reboot the franchise when it just booted.
Yeah, it's like two reboots in a row, and it just that the true crime isn't it's not on Johnson, it's not on Abrams, it's on fucking Lucasfilm, it's on Kathleen Kennedy, it's on Disney. That they just let these guys do whatever the hell they wanted to do is the real crime.
Did they though? We don't know that.
Well, they did.
Well,
the movies got made. They certainly let Johnson do whatever the hell he wanted.
Well, I mean, still we don't know that. I mean, we can assume that, but I mean, how much did Kathleen Kennedy really have a hand in actually what was going on script wise too? I mean, who knows?
Well, she had a pretty heavy hand. I mean, she didn't like.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
She didn't like where Solo was going 3/4 of the way through, and she booted the fucking directors.
Well,
She did
exactly.
all over every minute of these things, at least story-wise.
That could be
and infinite money, so if she didn't like it, they would have reshot it. They would have fired Johnson and reshot it, but she let them just go fucking hog wild.
But on Solo, she'd been hurt before. Solo was after Last Jedi, right?
Yeah.
So she'd been hurt before. Last Jedi burned her big time. And then she's like, well, fuck, that's never happening again. So she was extra scrutiny on Solo. Right?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's all hard to say. I just know, I like Johnson. When I found out he was going to do it, I was
stoked, yeah.
I've liked all his output apart from Last Jedi. He's just he's the wrong guy for the movie, I think.
I don't think that was his movie. I really don't. I don't think that's what he wanted to do.
Yeah, I think it was a mistake. The whole thing was a mistake.
Oh, massive.
At least, especially at bringing him in second like that. A guy that's so trying to be such an auteur, and to bring him in second when Abrams is what they needed. It's a journeyman blockbuster director.
Well, that's
Ron Howard would have been perfect for the second one.
Well, if you're going to do a trilogy, I mean, they should have had the story boarded all the way through all 3 movies.
I imagine, that's the thing. I imagine that. I imagine Abrams had a whole outline. You got to think, right? I mean, at least like a napkin thing.
Oh, for sure.
And Johnson was just like, "You're a dick. Fuck you."
Freeze.
Jay Freeze.
That's right.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's probably there's some evidence of napkin outline, even in I guess, or maybe just it's hard to tell who's aping when they're just copying elements from one movie to another. But in The Last Jedi, when the Jedi Academy is burning to the ground, Luke puts his robot hand on R2-D2, and that shot's in Force Awakens.
Right.
That shot is in Force Awakens, so it's was that part of the napkin plan, or is that just Rian Johnson trying to graft his radically different storyline back to what J.J. Abrams had?
Mm-hmm.
What I was wondering today when I was going through the footage.
Was that scene even in any of the movies, or just in the trailer?
Which one, the robot hand?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was just in the trailer.
I think it was just in the trailer.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, right. Because there was some trailer only shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But still, I don't know. Was that? What was that shot for?
R2-D2 wasn't even on the island ever, was he? I don't think so. Chewbacca was, but not R2.
No.
He's back with 3PO, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So the thing is, I say all that, but it's easy to forget now that we lived through the prequels, and that those were such steaming hot piles of garbage.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'd watch that over the last 3.
It was like I hear you, but saying we were pretty deflated after that, right? Yeah. And then Force Awakens came, and that was like porn. So you're like, this is fucking crazy. Well, so funny. We watched
the trailer was like,
you're right. So it's like the Saturday Night Live sketch with the guy reviewing the porn movies, and he's like, okay, so some good acting here, some good dialogue, but I lost interest after about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So Force Awakens was like porn. It was just like, like a shit blow up. Oh my god, like a couple moments where you're like, Starkiller Base, really? Oh yeah, look at that! That's
the planet
so
blows
awesome.
up.
Then you leave and you're like, oh wow, that was great. Fuck, all right, everything's back on track. It's pretty cool. And then a month later, I'm like, that was fucking. It was A New Hope. Way worse.
Yeah.
And just so egregious, and it's how it's just so unimaginative. Well, it's so criminally unimaginative,
mm-hmm.
and doesn't even make sense. Who are the resistance? Who's is it the Third Order? What is it? Third Order Harmonics?
First order.
First Order, except for the second, except
Yeah.
So the rebels won, so then they're in charge. So then isn't the First Order the resistance? Except they have infinite wealth and
Yeah.
means, so they're obviously exactly as in control as the Empire was. So they are the Empire, you know. And it's just
how
like,
can the ships be like 3 times as large as the super destroyers
after they got their
from
asses
Return of the
handed to them by the
Jedi? Like,
rebels, yeah.
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 Like, where do they get? And
You know,
you're sitting there thinking about this during a Star Wars movie. Like, where do they get the fucking money? Like, you shouldn't be thinking about this stuff.
I know, right? But it something could get explained to you at some point before they show it, you know. But instead, he just shows it the way that the original Star Wars showed it. But the original Star Wars was showing you a functioning empire, galactic empire. They don't have to explain it. These are the guys that are in charge, and they're assholes, and they all have English accents, you know. So you know, it didn't take long for me to start really hating Force Awakens and getting jaded. So then when the three of us went to see Last Jedi, I was just really ready to have the feeling that I had when I saw Star Wars. You felt like you were in the presence of a new voice in filmmaking with a new angle, someone with something to say and a story to tell. And The Last Jedi, love it or hate it, is telling a story, and it's got a vision, and that is why it's easily the best of the three by far, because it is a presentable standalone film with a heart and a direction, weighted down with tons of bullcrap, of course. You know, some complete cringe shit, like, oh god, the casino, that whole thing. But it has a
that's
heart.
just it. I think. Well, I would say from a conceptual standpoint, I'll give you that. The Last Jedi, from a conceptual standpoint,
at
least was you know, kind of on track, but the execution was horrible. Like, I mean, Johnson didn't know what kind of movie he was making, especially with Luke's character. It's like, you want to go dark and make him this, you know, pissed off hermit who doesn't believe in the Jedi anymore. That's fine, but why turn him into an Abbott and Costello routine at the same time? Like, it made no sense. You know what I mean? Like, all the slapstick comedy was just like, what is this? Like, this movie makes no sense.
To me, it was like half of the kung fu movies I've ever seen. Right away, I clicked with it, what he was trying to do. He was doing the grizzly old war veteran who's now living on the mountain, and he's got the kung fu secret, and that person's come all the way through the mountain. It's like fucking 800 kung fu movies that have been made. And I got it right away what he was trying to do. And he's going right over the top with how angry and bent and everything that the old teacher is. And he's also being that way to test the student, like Karate Kid.
Yeah,
like,
fine.
But
why the bullshit comedy?
Like what? Like the green tip
tossing,
milk?
Yeah, the green tip milk, tossing the lightsaber, you know, fucking the fishing fucking scene.
It's just like those movies. They do exactly like that in the kung fu movies. It's
okay,
totally
fine,
ripped
but now
from that.
I know, but now we're completely out of the genre of Star Wars. That's what I mean. Like, if it had been a standalone movie, yeah, totally. If it had been a standalone movie, then maybe
Star
fine.
Wars was always stolen from all those old greats, westerns, and also like good, you know, martial arts.
There's always silly comedy.
No, true, but that's not the point I'm making. Star Wars unto itself is its own mythos and its own universe.
It's still boring.
I mean, that
look at episode 3 where they like pay homage to Frankenstein, and look at episode, I think it was 3 or maybe it was 2, where they pay homage to. These are terrible movies, but pay homage to Tarzan, right? When Chewbacca's people are like,
oh,
it's like, give me a fucking break. They're all paying homage to old movies. That's what all these movies do, including the original, which were great because they were essentially westerns. They were sort of westerns mixed with sort of martial arts mythology at the same time.
Well, that's fine, but I mean, but the movies were still true to the universe itself. The Last Jedi wasn't. That's the point I'm making.
Yeah. I'd like to stick with this training thing for a minute, because you're saying like you get it right away. It's kung fu. It's training the grasshopper, all that stuff, and then fine. Like I identified that right away, which made the next interminable hour on that fucking island interminable. Like, it was just, I know what's going on here.
Yeah, right. So it's
but
like
also,
that. Yeah.
I just want to say, like, the big problem I have with Last Jedi is like I don't think it works on its own terms. Like, the dialogue, the stuff doesn't make any sense. He shows up, he's like, I hate the Jedi. The Jedi should be disbanded. Why? You don't know why he thinks that. and then he's like kind of agrees to train her after like half an hour on that fucking island, and then he's like slapping her wrists with the grass, but there's no lesson to that. And then in the next scene, she's fucking amazing with a lightsaber slashing rocks that are falling on the pork and stuff. Like there's no logical succession. There's no training. She never gets trained by him. She walks into a cave and sees a million reflections of herself. It's got nothing to do with Luke, nothing to do with the training. The dialogue doesn't connect. And you don't know why anybody's doing anything.
The best training scene, Jib, they actually cut out of the movie. It's in the extras. I don't know if you watched those, but there's a whole scene where she's got to go to the little village that those little people were from or something to save somebody. And actually, that whole, if they had left that in the movie, that would have made the movie way better.
There you go.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I couldn't agree with Jeremy more. I mean, having said all that, why I recognize what he's doing, I don't think he did it, particularly well. There was a huge SAG fest. And then, guess what? Daisy Ridley's a Mary Sue. Like, you never get over that fact. You never feel like she's ever really going to be in danger because she'll have a superpower as soon as she needs it. So, yeah, agreed. I couldn't agree more. So, I mean, like I said, there's massive flaws with it. But to me, there were lots of wow moments and lots of cool stuff, lots of cool ideas. But like I say, the huge mistake is that they brought him in as for the second part, which should be like Irvin Kershner directing, right? Just stick to the story, bring a journeyman in, fucking on time, on budget, get her done, get her shot.
Bring a journeyman, or I mean, like Irvin Kershner was an experienced dramatic director. Bring in like Sam Mendes or something exciting like that, an experienced director. Which is what you're saying, like an old, a good old hand kind of thing.
Johnson's you find him, he's like in the corner, like ripping up your letters, going did you need that? Sorry.
Mommy gave me a movie franchise.
So you're perfect for Star Wars. This is exactly what we're looking for. The only thing that would have been weirder would have been like a horror porn director.
But I think you're right, Jace. It rests at Kathleen Kennedy's feet, because I think Abrams was a fucking mistake, a big mistake.
Initially, sure.
You should never. First of all, there's the crossover of the Star Trek to the Star Wars.
Yes. Now they both look and sound the same.
Never meet, right?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. You destroyed both.
Like if she wanted to go that route, she should have just brought Spielberg in to do it.
Bring in a Spielberg. It's missing Lucas. The whole thing's missing Lucas. They could have had it all if they didn't tell Lucas to fuck off when they bought it.
Yeah, but they should have told him.
They should have bought it. They should have taken his notes and developed off of his notes and get people to direct it based off his notes.
Lucas, he's gone, man. He's gone. He's fucking
I think he's back, actually.
Well, yeah, he might be.
No, I just mean he's mentally gone. Like the prequels, the things he's done to the way he's cordoned off the original versions of the movies. He's a fucking nut bar. He shouldn't be let anywhere near it. He's got no good idea.
I know, but it speaks to the fact of how bad the sequels were that a lot of people are clamoring now for him to actually come back.
Right.
A lot of people are.
The thing with the prequels is, like you said earlier, Kev, that you'd rather watch the prequels. I mean, in a way, they're so fucking awful and have become so lampooned in part of our culture. It's I kind of enjoy watching them now.
Yeah.
They at least have that corny heart. It's still got Lucas's heart behind it. Just no one telling him that's dumb. Whereas the only one he directed before Star Wars, he had fucking Coppola and Spielberg and who else? I think Michael Mann he hung out with and stuff, and he was constantly running ideas by everybody because he's pretty insecure, So it's almost by committee that Star Wars got made, and he got stopped when he was getting silly, and he walked away from directing as soon as possible.
Yeah. Who was it?
So all I'm saying is what's missing is Kathleen Kennedy's not Lucas. She doesn't sit there dreaming of the stars in a fantasy universe and shit. Obviously, right? She's not that person.
Well, she's not Lucas, but she's from the Lucas camp. She's Lucas's pick. She's Lucas's handpick.
Yeah.
Her right arm woman, right? So she's part of the old guard. She's part of the problem. She came from the problem. So I mean, yeah, it really is time for new blood. And like,
but like she's an exec. At the end of the day, she's an exec. Lucas became an exec, but that guy still goes home and like plays with little like alien toys and stuff. Goes, oh, I'm Bobo Jimbo, or like he's just forever a nerd, and that's missing from the structure at Disney and Lucasfilm. It's missing. The best thing they can do is get Favreau to run everything.
Maybe.
Yeah. That guy gets
back
it.
to the Mandalorian.
Yeah. I haven't seen Mandalorian yet.
No, wow, really. None of you guys have watched it.
I thought the pilot was like okay.
Oh.
But it's weird for Star Wars because this is a TV series, so it's like an hour intro. Frozen. I froze.
While you're figuring out, I'll show you guys my Star Wars stock market chart that I made. So this pretty much Star Wars has followed this sort of a stock market pattern. So the first Star Wars was good, really good. It like was way up there, and then the second Star Wars, Episode 5, was even better. It like brought the stocks through the roof, and then the third Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, was not very good. Well, it was good. It was good. It was solid, but it was not as good as the first two. And then
you're gonna need a bigger piece of paper.
It really shot it down. And then the second one was just as bad as Episode 1. And then we rise a little bit with Episode 3, and then we keep going up. So now we all think that the next one, that Episode 7, we all think that that's amazing, just because it's so much better than 1, 2, and 3. We'll cream on anything that gives us a pulse at this point. Then, in my opinion, anyway, it peaked again at the Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker a little bit less again.
Rise of Skywalker
in that graph.
Rise of Skywalker is what needs the second piece of paper.
Yeah. It should look more like the 1930s stock crash.
It's so beyond.
Those numbers, the numbers for that movie are so wrong, no, Tim. The Last Jedi. Like if
my numbers.
That movie wouldn't even have cracked $1 billion if people would have known how it was going to be.
Sure, sure. You know why? Because the fans are so loyal that they kept this franchise going this long to begin with, when it should have crashed on 1, 2, and 3. The fans are so loyal; they're desperate for something good. They're desperate for that.
For something good.
Yeah,
it wasn't good though.
You could see
The Last Jedi should have slaughtered Avatar. It should have, and it didn't.
Dude, Star Wars is heroin. Okay, it's your first heroin hit. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, I feel it again. Return of the Jedi. I feel it, but now it's it's got cute things in it. And then all of a sudden, you get like years of nothing. I need that feeling again.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3 come out. It's like, there's nothing in this fucking needle. And then suddenly this comes out. It's like, well, at least I'm feeling something. It's something, but you don't remember the high that you originally got. So you think it's good. And so it's like, it makes all these billions. I mean, it's crazy.
Just saying it would have done a lot better.
Yeah, well, Kevin's really, really correct. You could see it in that the first weekend numbers were fantastic for Last Jedi. Yeah. But it didn't experience the sustained joy that Force Awakens got, because the word got out. The word got out, and the boomer fan base was really turned off.
Yeah. All the backlash for that movie was unheard of.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, honestly, people have made a really solid arguments that the whole reason Solo flopped was because of The Last Jedi being so shitty. People were pissed. They were so pissed off they refused to even give them any more money.
Yeah, I agreed.
Me being one of them, I didn't go see it.
Yeah.
Just like I didn't go see The Rise of Skywalker. I won't.
I think everyone was a little Star Wars out at also.
Bullshit. I don't think so.
Releasing 2 a year. It was like ridiculous.
Oh, fuck. Then why does Marvel keep making $1 billion movies every 6 months? Like, the logic doesn't make sense, Tim. It's Star Wars. Everybody's going to go if it's good. It just has to be good.
It has to be written well. They got to get the Marvel people on board or something.
Well, something.
Those Marvel movies, as much
But
as
I mean,
saying that they're not movies, are
it's
really
not.
incredible.
Tim, as a writer, you know this. It's not rocket science. You just have to get the archetype right, and it's not hard to get the archetype right.
Yeah,
They didn't even have archetypes in the last 3 Star Wars movies. No character in any of those 3 movies had any kind of an arc other than maybe Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren had an incredible arc.
Like what the
well,
fuck?
I don't know about incredible.
It was incredible.
They had
incredible.
It was developing
Like
well. That's something that I thought was really cool in The Last Jedi was that connection that they were building with Ren and Ridley. I thought that was really cool, and made some fascinating scenes and some interactions and dialogue and moments that I'd never seen before in a Star Wars universe, and were compelling. It was like really, really interesting. You're like, are they hot for each other? What are they doing? And like a new Force possibility. Yeah. So that was fascinating. And then that translating later into the throne room tug of war, physically and mentally, over like, and they're going to get together. And that did set up for something cool to happen in the 3rd movie, which.
You're talking about the magic trick that they pull with the
so they can talk to each other.
Space and time.
Yeah. So all of a sudden they can talk to each other. So we'd never seen that before. But by the end of this series, we had way too many. I've never seen that before. As it started to become so the Force can do just anything you want, anytime, ever. But that one was really cool. I thought that was really amazing, and that's one of the things I really enjoyed about the film.
Yeah. Well, that's probably the only grace for me for the 3 movies as a whole was their relationship. Even though it was still written extremely poorly, it was the only thing that was interesting. Really,
well, anytime that Ren was,
nobody else had. What the fuck did Finn do? Nothing. What did Poe do? Nothing.
Well, that's the huge travesty. I thought when Force Awakens came out, it was going to be the story of a defecting stormtrooper, and he becomes the hero. I was like, that is brilliant. And it starts off brilliant. He's scared and freaked out, and he deserts, and this is going to be so interesting. And instead, he's fucking sideshow Bob, tripping over himself and making an idiot of himself. And then, he must be so embarrassed. Boyega must be so embarrassed after the Rise of Skywalker, and he's
hugely
just like Ridley's lapdog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Ray, I have to tell you something. And then he goes, what the fuck was that?
Even Daisy, I love Daisy Ridley, actress. I thought she actually, didn't portray it. She seems like she has the depth to be able to pull off that character well. They just didn't give her.
She was fine. Yeah, she was fine. She's fine. Yeah, and nobody had any complaints about her. Everybody watched Force Awakens. No one was like, she's dumb or anything. And it seemed like, so then it seemed like you're going to have this 2-forked hero thing, which, you kind of used to a bit. You had Han and Leia and Luke, so it got spread out. But that was he's a huge missed opportunity. They just turned him into a buffoon. And Last Jedi, they just saddle him with friggin' Rose Tico there and go off to the casino. My God, that was horrific.
That was a bad scene. I admit that.
We're going back to the island for some training.
It looks like a crazy movie right now. I feel like I'm in a casino or something.
Anyway, Last Jedi.
Yeah. It's funny. Everybody says the casino scene was the worst in that movie, but I think the island just drove me nuts. I think I hated the island so much. And by the 7th time you're doing an establishment drone shot over that fucking island, I was just like, fuck, we get it, okay.
Yeah.
But that speaks to what I think we uncovered, that Kevin uncovered for us, is just that movie was hacked to death. Like they're just like, oh, we're gonna do this, and then hack. So they just keep cutting back to the island to cover it, and then they think we're gonna get confused, rightly so. So you're gonna get another fucking flyover shot of the island. I'm like, no, what is this? Am I watching Lost?
Yeah.
Or Survivor. It felt like watching Survivor. And I thought Jeff Probst is gonna come on and be like, oh, Luke stole Disney's coconuts today.
Don't. I hope you're not making fun of Survivor, because that's like my
dude. Are you kidding? Jason and I are like, we've seen every season up till a few years ago.
I just caught up on the current one because it's on Amazon.
I just watched 37 and 38, and I'm about to watch 39.
Damn. I know what we're doing next time in Ottawa.
I didn't know it was on Prime. What's it on?
It's like one of the sub channels.
Oh, because we just applied for CBS. We get it free for 2 months.
All right, you can watch Star Trek Discovery.
Oh,
yes.
Speaking of bad robot ruining.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah, fucking Alex Kurtzman, go fuck yourself. Fuck that guy.
Did you guys
Well,
see?
again, it's Abrams though. Like this is all Abrams' fault.
What's his gang? Yeah, Kurtzman and Robert Orci.
I thought Picard was a fair. It was a little bit low energy, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, really?
Really? Wow.
Whoa.
Ooh,
yeah.
Claire. Thanks, buddy.
I gotta close my blinds.
Oh, you gotta edit that yawn out.
I wasn't a yawn. I was trying to do like the thing like.
There's a movie that we'll never talk about on this.
Taking a hit to the engine room, Captain.
You know, Star Trek Schwarzenegger there for a second.
Yeah, it was like Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger.
It's not a tumor at all.
Kevin, what was your favorite part of the
Yeah, there's a freeze screen.
Oh, dude.
Favorite part of what?
Of The Last Jedi.
Wow.
Favorite part? Is that what you asked?
Yeah, I want to know.
I think
you hated the movie, so I want to know what your favorite part of it was.
I think my favorite part was actually when she went to hyperspace and blew Star Destroyer. Just that shot.
Yeah.
I thought it looked really cool.
And he turned all the sound off.
Yeah.
That was
really cool. Fucking breathtaking. That was really
I think that's
amazing.
the only minute in the movie. Yeah.
And in the back of your mind,
movie.
in the back of everyone's mind is, yes, Laura Dern's character's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holdo,
yeah. Holdo Oates.
Oh.
You know, but of course
low.
that's still, you know, such liberty with the Star Wars mythos again.
Yeah.
That just destroyed it.
Yeah. Again,
Abrams actually went and fixed that in The Rise. There was a couple from The Rise of Skywalker where he's like, oh yeah, no, that's like a 1 in a billion fucking shot. Like we just can't do that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Was there a line about it? I missed that.
Yeah, the fucking guy from Lost. I can't remember the actor's name right now. The guy from Lost is just like, oh, should we try the Holdo maneuver? And like, no, that's ridiculous. We can't do that. Like, this, like,
that's the
it's like a 1 in a billion shot.
Guy talking to Tico.
Yeah, right.
Those two.
Yeah. It's
right.
one of those.
Seems like it would be a pretty 999.9 in a billion shot. Seems like
that's what I enjoyed most about The Rise of Skywalker was watching Abrams fix all the fucking Johnson's fuck-ups.
It's too bad he broke everything else
for me.
But it was great. He's like, well, what are we gonna do about Rose Tico? I don't fucking just put her over there with that guy.
Yeah.
I think you're not going.
I think that's why I might find Rise of Skywalker more watchable, is because I can just watch the fixes.
Yeah. Well, even Luke's like, you always respect a Jedi weapon. Whatever he says to fix it, you know, like he fixes everything. Like, I mean, that was the highlight of that movie was, watching Abrams.
So what's the fucking point?
Johnson's fuck-ups.
Yeah, what's the fucking point to make a 2.5 billion franchise cost to make for two directors to fight on screen?
I
know, right? And this is where it comes back to Lucasfilm. It just should never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Should never happen. For some reason, she had an iron fist on Solo, you know, iron fist on all this other stuff. But here, she just let these guys partay.
Yeah.
Right? You got to assume, you know, she's like, fuck yes, we got Abrams, you know, and I, you know, in her shoes, I'd let Abrams, as long as his story sounded good, I'd let him go, right?
Well, she should have just let him do all 3 movies.
Well, you know, she should have, like, you know, whatever outline he had, that should have been it.
Yeah.
You know, and then Johnson comes in and he's like, "Hey, what if we do this?" And she's like, "LOL, okay."
Yeah. One of two things.
Better.
One of two things. I mean, obviously, the obvious thing is Abrams should have just done all 3 movies. But once Johnson broke it, he had to do the 3rd one. He had to finish that fucking thought.
Yeah. They should have had Johnson finish.
Johnson. Yeah.
Like I'm sure I would have hated it, but it had to be fucking. Yeah. He's got to finish that thought because he purposely broke the universe.
Yeah.
He has to finish it.
But did he have a thought?
I don't know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's just it. Like, I mean, Abrams made a movie, Johnson went and shit on it, and then Abrams came back and shit all over that.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
Like, what are you doing, guys? You just
started watching like a
the blockbuster franchise in the world, and you just ended up being a friggin' shit.
I can't remember. Wasn't Rian Johnson supposed to do the 3rd one? And then
he's supposed to do a whole trilogy.
He left to do.
Yeah, he was supposed to. Yeah.
Wasn't he originally supposed to finish the franchise?
No. Because
Abrams didn't want to come back.
No, because so they had what's his name?
Trevor.
Yeah, and there you go. Kennedy fired him.
Yeah.
Kennedy fired him. She didn't like what he was up
apparently
to.
His script
he probably had a wicked movie.
Mm-hmm.
Trevorrow, right?
Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised.
Yeah, he's
for the 3rd
Lost
one?
World. He's Lost World.
For the 3rd one?
Yeah.
No, in the 3rd one,
a lot of it actually looked kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Well, no, he was supposed to direct the 2nd one, right? They brought Johnson in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Johnson replaced Trevorrow, and then the 3rd one I don't think was ever. They probably said a whole bunch of shit, but I don't think they had anyone booked for the 3rd one.
Yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes. Kind of thing.
Did Safety Not Guaranteed? That was
Trevorrow?
that was an amazing.
He has an amazing arc.
Yeah.
He made a movie that cost $5 with the guy from The New Girl and what's her hot pants there? Aubrey Plaza. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you get named Aubrey Plaza?
I don't know.
It's a place, not a name.
It's actually South American last name.
At the moment of your birth, you're going to be a movie star. Your name is Aubrey Plaza, and I'm going to be Frozen. I'm doing bathroom break. Discuss me having a bathroom break.
I don't know. I need to recheck the lore because I thought Johnson was gonna do 2 and 3. Well,
so Trevor
2 was originally Trevorrow. Oh, right. Or was
he was bumped out for Abrams because I think they thought that what's his face fucked it up too much, and that Trevorrow wouldn't be able to come and fix it, so they needed Abrams to come back and.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Trevorrow was scored for 3 that I saw online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, he was all slated for it, and then he took him out of the last minute. I think he even actually wrote a draft.
Well, it was pretty involved what I was reading. Yeah.
I'm just gonna look this up here.
He co-wrote the script to Jurassic World and the sequel.
He directed Jurassic World.
And he was originally slated to write and direct episode 9 of Star Wars, but was dropped in favor of J.J. Abrams.
So it was the 3rd sequel, right?
Yeah. Who knows if he put any work into that. If he did, I'm sure he got paid handsomely.
They were in production, yeah. I'm sure he did all right. As long as he didn't buy too big.
From what I read from Trevorrow's stuff, it looks like he actually was taking more from what Johnson had done, but fleshed and making it cooler and even darker.
Right.
Like his version of Rise of Skywalker was a dark movie, from what I was reading.
That would be good.
Right.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Just anything that took its time would have been better than Rise of fucking Skywalker. Jesus, it's just mind blowing. When I was going through it today for clips, like in the first 5 minutes, like you get the scroll, and then fucking Kylo is killing people in slow motion. You're like, who the fuck is this? And then he's on Exegol and talking to the Emperor, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then it zaps back to another location. You're just like, your head's spinning. You have no idea. It goes to Rey's training, where she's already like floating with rocks in the sky and can fucking levitate and do twirls in the sky and jump on ropes and shit like that. And once again, Jedi training involves a blast shield and the robot with the lasers, which were random things on the Millennium Falcon that Obi-Wan improvised with to train Luke.
Right.
Yeah.
Now everybody trains with that.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so broken, man. It's so broken. Like,
it's true. I never thought
I
about
would
it
have loved
as a random training tool.
It was just something that Obi-Wan was improvising with on a long space trek to get back to
I think they should have either just not used any of the original cast and just went in a completely new direction in story. Either do that or bring the original cast if you want, but then make it their story, and maybe don't give Rey, like maybe by the third movie, she's becoming the one that takes over, but you know what I mean? Give them spotlight in the first two a lot more.
Any of these sequels, it's like, don't drag back the old people, That was the only part of Blade Runner 2049, another movie I saw in the theater 3 times. The only part of the movie I didn't like is when they drag out Harrison Ford. It's just like, you could have cut that whole part of the movie out and it still would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And why do you
I like to admit, you're right. But you are right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just
who's right?
We're both right.
I'm right now. I'm joining you guys. I'll get my shades and we'll be on the right.
All right. Yeah. Well,
I'm getting all
Grey Goose.
Oh wow!
Grey Goose.
Trudeau is giving you some good money there.
I'm editing a video for a client. He's out of money, so I told him just every time you come out for an editing session, you got to bring me a bottle of Grey Goose.
How many of those have you gotten from him now?
First one.
Oh, that's the one that when I was there?
Hell no.
Oh, I was going to say.
But that's my go-to when people, obviously they don't have the money and they start hemming and hawing and stuff. That's an hour of work for me.
Solid, yeah.
Mm.
Good idea.
All right, cheers, boys. I'm going to fucking attack one of you right after this.
All right.
It's vodka, not whiskey,
me.
Not whiskey. We're safe.
My friend here doesn't like you.
We're always safe. Yeah, so I don't know. This is a great vlog on The Last Jedi. I love it.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about it.
Right. Focus.
Yeah, but it's about a great many things. Like,
well, we know we're going to get into all sorts of shit.
The Last Jedi?
Yeah. Everything, except for that.
Yeah.
We're dancing around it. Well, anything, Kevin, something else? What else would you like to complain about Last Jedi?
What else sticks out? What? Everything.
Well, bring us back on track, Kev.
Well, as the first Star Wars movie, I've never been prone to walk out of a theater. I actually did want to walk out of the theater.
Right.
Like, that's how bad it was.
Jared and I did.
The only reason I stuck around was to see how first it would get.
This is Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Right.
4 years now since that came out. I'm still pissed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty obsessed with how bad that was.
We couldn't tell.
It was the best of all of the last 6.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
No, Tim.
I'm with Kev.
1, 2, and 3.
It's the worst.
Already killed the franchise. Then the Abrams came out, and it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna give you another. I'm just gonna paint over the first one, and so that's like an insult. It's an insult to everybody. At least this one's trying to do something.
But The Last Jedi is an insult.
Yeah, but as Tim is saying, it's
a huge difference between trying to do something different and getting it right. And they didn't get it right at all. Not even close, not even remotely.
I thought it was far more exciting for its unpredictability.
Yeah, me too. Because I was ready for it. I was just I'd been through the heartache of the 3 and then the copy and paste of I get the fucking numbers 7 and for 8 for this guy to come along, he's finally like making a movie. Like somebody's trying to make a movie.
I know, but
somebody's grabbing the reins and trying to tell a story that means something. You know,
okay,
did he hit or miss is the debate.
The argument that you continually make is, I appreciate and really love the fact that he was trying to do something. He was trying exactly, but he didn't succeed.
He did
tried,
and he stayed within the
there
contour
was no success there,
of the Star Wars original trilogy. It was The Empire Strikes Back. Luke is now in the Yoda role, and everything gets transferred. But he did it differently. You can't do it the same. We're too smart for that. The audience is too smart. We see through it, man.
But as I was saying, Tim, he broke the series, the path that they were on. He busted it. So that's where I side with the haters. Is that like great, awesome? He made a better standalone movie that feels more authentic. But whoops, like he didn't watch the first one. He just fucked it. So
it's bigger than that though. Like I don't have a problem with the concept of turning Luke into the way he treated all the characters. That's fine. It's just the execution was poor on every level. Like it was horrible writing, terrible.
Yeah, I agree.
The dialogue was bad, and
like so you can try to do something different. You can try to subvert expectations, but if you're not a good enough writer, then it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like he's just not a good enough writer. Dialogue is not his specialty. I enjoyed Knives Out, but boy, the characters do not feel real.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Loopers didn't have any problems
if Luke is
amazing.
He's got like crazy Jedi powers. Rey hands him the lightsaber. Instead of him tossing it over his shoulder, have him like just crush it in his fucking hand and throw it away. Like that would have been like, whoa, what the hell?
It has to be able to be found again and used.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever. But the point I'm making. The point I'm making is like you can't expect to have a Dark who's given up on life and yet but he's got this comedic element to him. It doesn't mix. It's oil and water. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Did you guys watch that Wisecrack video on Bathos?
On what?
Bathos and the Last Jedi.
No.
The Bathos is like it's like the Greek dramatic element of injecting humor at like subverting drama and injecting humor at odd moments, and their argument is that Bathos is what sunk the script of Last Jedi. You guys check out link down below.
Yeah. Link in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very
to say all this YouTube stuff now.
Yeah, they just didn't. He's trying to go for Bathos, but he could not. He just couldn't manage it.
I actually agree with you on that point, Kevin and Jeremy.
Yep.
That the comedy felt a little bit forced.
Oh yeah.
And much of it,
much
of it
forced. It was horrible. And it wasn't just. I mean, everything he did with Luke's character, like he totally destroyed the legacy of the character. Number one, and the arc that he had, which was pathetic too. I mean, he didn't. Like he kind of brought him back right side at the end, but the way they did it was stupid. His death was stupid. It was all stupid.
I loved it. I loved that. I loved it. That was so awesome. He came back
at the end.
Came back like a god.
Yeah, I like
came back like a god and wrecked him. It was awesome. He had the last laugh. He had the last laugh. I don't know.
It was a projection.
I don't know about. Yeah, but that's the last laugh. As far as that, like using all of his force energy and dying, I was like, oh, what? So I wasn't necessarily down with that, but he was the hero. He was the hero at the end. Like he had the ultimate plan and screwed them. Except the weak part is the whole rest of the movie there. Like,
well, once again, I mean, from a conceptual standpoint, yeah, I agree. But the execution was horrible. It was terrible. Like it was brutal.
How?
Well, just everything, the way they did it. Like I don't know. Like if you want to give him that arc to stay at the end, then bring him actually back. Have him get on the fucking spaceship and fly to where he's got to go. Maybe actually have Luke Skywalker have a fucking lightsaber battle in your movie.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, like yeah, or that he did actually show up to be with his fucking sister who's gonna die, and defend them. But do his projection trick you know, as part of the final battle. And then maybe if you're going to kill him, like maybe they follow up into a real battle and he dies after that.
Yeah, fully.
The fading away thing, I was like, that felt a little bit of a cheese, because like, yeah,
I did
again,
feel robbed on that one.
Yeah, a little weird.
Well,
right?
That was just a memoriam on the whole fucking movie, right there.
Yeah.
Fade off into the sunset and whatever.
Well, and never get me wrong, right? Talking about these aspects of enjoying it as a fresh voice and thinking it's the best of the three is not saying much. There's so much wrong with that film. There's so much that makes.
Well, that's just it.
The whole Salt Planet battle, and now
I
Tico.
love that Salt Planet shit.
Well, I love the beauty of it, but the now Tico, the fat fucking, she walks the halls cleaning up fucking evaporators and stuff.
Well, that was it.
And like, and Buddy, like now they're expert pilots and they're in love and they're gonna fight the thing, and they're going at like 400 miles an hour, like what, maybe 1,000 feet, and it takes like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you know they.
Well, I remember watching it being so thoroughly disgusted with the movie by that point, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, Finn's actually gonna sacrifice this guy to give us a fucking moment, like a beautiful moment in the movie, even though it's tragic. And then they fucked that. Like, I mean, you know, he didn't get anything right in this movie. Nothing. Well, it was all set up, and it was all set up to failure. Every scene, every angle.
Yeah. No, I thought some shit really worked. I liked killing Snoke. I love that. That was a great subversion of expectations. And then because it immediately put the focus on to Ren and Ridley, and they had to figure their shit out right away. And it got rid of Snoke. I didn't care about Snoke anyway. I thought he was stupid.
I like Snoke.
Yeah, agreed. But I mean, once again, execution. Like, I mean, it's just. I don't know. They could have done something to make like nothing. No scene and no character in the whole trilogy carried any weight. You didn't give a shit about anything that was going on at any point.
That's the ultimate problem, right? That's the ultimate problem with the entire trilogy. It's just that at first it's so copy and paste, and then second, everything's getting fucked over on you, and you know. And what they're forgotten to do the entire time is to develop Daisy Ridley's character.
Yeah, like the most interesting thing in the trilogy is the bad guy, Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
like you've actually had more empathy and sympathy for his character and interest and emotional to his character than anybody else.
And that was nice. They always had him as the villain with a side that, you know, he might turn good, he might, you know, but then they also just made him like a simpering wreck. It totally like unlikable. And then another scene, you're like, hey, I kind of like him, and then like goes back to being like he's just like insane with jealousy and rage and pettiness and stuff, and then he's perfectly reasonable. And so, you know, so even he's fucked up, and that's, you know, this.
It was still poorly done.
But you hit the problem on the entire trilogy is just I just don't care about any of these people. No. And they would even Poe Dameron, who could have totally been Han Solo, he's cool enough to pull that off. They didn't handle that right.
No.
You know, they didn't handle that right. And it, you know, that's probably just modern times. I mean, Lucas stopped handling Solo right, or stopped handling the rogue character properly as well. He went back in time and made Greedo shoot first. You know, when at the core you're gonna have a character like that. Hey, Han shoots first. He's a dark bastard criminal, and that's like, you know, not cool anymore, right? Like you can't have that anymore, you know. And he's like he doesn't want to take orders from a woman and all that stuff. Like, of course that's wrong, but that's, you know, he's kind of an asshole. It's the point. Poe Dameron, like they didn't get there. They didn't get to that. He wasn't dangerous. They wanted him to seem like he was dangerous, but then he's, you know, yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full, sir, with Admiral Hodo, you know. Yeah. Oh, your mic's off, Jib. Jer. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, you were muted.
That explains why things are going smoothly.
What'd you say, Jer?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They just never wrote those characters as anything, so it's.
I agree with you, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I'm arguing on Jason's side in one way, but on your side in another. Because ultimately, while I think that The Last Jedi is the best of the last six films, they were still all terrible. So,
Yeah, we're not saying a whole hell of a lot here.
Let's keep this in mind. We have to keep Tim's chart in mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not saying all.
Anyway.
The only thing that Tristram would have stood for is if there was a second piece of paper and at the very bottom of there was Last Jedi.
Yeah, actually,
the only thing that Tristram would have agreed to.
It should be like a hangman.
All right. I'm working on it again. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna see it again.
The revised
chart.
Just put like Last Jedi at the bottom and then urinate
just put
on
an
it.
asterisk beside it. Yeah.
Oh my God! Just put Hitler at the bottom.
Yeah. Just put Hitler at the bottom.
Yeah.
Directed by Adolf Hitler.
J.J. Hitler.
Oh, we just got demonetized. Thanks, Jared.
Oh shit! I gotta watch out for that.
Well, I already took care of that with the RMAO.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool opener, bro. Yeah. Cool opener, not my brother.
That was just
I met on the internet.
That was just for us.
Oh yes, that's for us racists.
Just burn the chart, Tim.
All right.
We'll get some real pie.
Oh, yeah, I'm on camera. Don't clean my teeth on camera.
Just churn the Bart.
What meme is that?
Yeah, so goddamn, it all sucks, right? I mean, that's the thing, like sitting here niggling about it. It's just the giantest tragedy that ever could have happened.
Yeah.
And like any one of us in an afternoon could have written a better script than any of those movies. Yeah. Well, yeah. In an afternoon. And like just a rough draft, as terrible as those are. You know, and then considering that any, movie goes on to be like polished by 12 other people. So like, just give me an afternoon. I could have done something.
Well, the four of us for sure could.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In an afternoon.
Like the whole thing.
And they're that bad that I can say that, and having worked on films and I did my little short film that I had to write a script for and stuff. And it's hard. It's super hard. Yeah. And you think you have a genius idea. You think everything you're doing is right, and you think like this is so easy, and it's like actual garbage after days of work. Like it's really hard to make a good movie, and so. But having said that, any one of us could have crapped out something better than any one of those three movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, anybody could have.
Yeah. And then all those novelizations that have come out, like just fucking do one of those.
Well, there you go, Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy, right there. There was a series of books that came out that were monster bestsellers when I was working in the bookstores in the 90s. A trilogy of books that came out that were supposedly incredible.
Yeah.
That you could have mined, and then you've got Kennedy and going on record in the interview with like Variety, I think, like at the start of all this, saying that like, well, we're not like Marvel. There's no other canon. There's only the movies that Lucas made, and that's all we have. And like, just like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Like, So instead, we're gonna go with a napkin pitch from J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with the elevator pitch, and we're gonna stake everything on that. And what do you think is gonna happen? Yeah, I don't get how Hollywood constantly does this, where they greenlight hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, significant fractions of billions of dollars, without a script.
Well,
like what?
I think it was more. At the end of the day, though, I think it was that. Like, I think that trilogy was politically driven in a lot of ways too.
Well, that's another layer.
Yeah, I think so.
That's another layer.
Yeah,
right?
You mean the Kathleen Kennedy woman stuff?
Well, possibly that, like tied into it.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, just like I just don't understand they can so colossally fuck up like Rey's character, like the way like the Mary Sue thing, like it doesn't make any sense. Like to me, that's they're rubbing it in her face some way. You know what I mean? It just feels that way.
Feels that way. I mean, I don't know. Force Awakens didn't feel like, you know, like a social justice movie or anything. It just
No, I
felt like a
agree. I
bad
agree.
movie.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
I see what you mean.
but
She's super strong, but it's just like kind of, yeah. It's.
But what happened after that? What happened when you know, the second and third and fourth weeks of Last Jedi started tanking and people started giving it bad reviews and people were
Yeah.
angry,
Well,
like you, Kevin. Like when that started happening, they made what is now become the classic move. Now this is where politics enters into it, where
yeah.
people like Rian Johnson, Kathleen Kennedy, people actually, you know, involved with creating a product and trying to sell it to as many people as possible, going into public forums and telling you that you're a troll, you're a misogynist, you're racist, you're sexist,
Yeah.
you know, which,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, to their credit, they're seeing comments on YouTube like fucking die, bitch, cunt, you know, like fucking women
Yeah.
suck. And so, you know, to be fair, that they're seeing that, but at the same time, they're coming out with these sweeping comments that anyone who doesn't get this obviously is a sexist misogynist. And it is that really sealed the fate of this new trilogy and had all the people that all these hardcore gamer nerd types really just
Yeah.
check the hell out, and a
Yeah.
complete misunderstanding of that culture. Even if you think that there's like a bunch of like Hitlerian trolls that are actively working a political agenda and only hate your shitty Star Wars movie because it's a girl or because it's a Chinese girl or whatever. Even if you think that, you don't say it. You've got a $300 million budget to recoup. You don't say it. You don't say it while it's in theaters, which Rian Johnson
Yeah.
did. Started making
Yeah.
fun of the fans, you know, and
Yeah.
lumping them all together. So it's fine if you want to pull like, here's a comment I got off YouTube that's obviously racist and sexist. But to be like, everyone who doesn't like this is a troll. It's a bunch of people sitting around in the boardroom, patting themselves in the back, going, "Don't worry, the movie's fine. It's just a bunch of trolls." And that is how it became political. That's
Well, it
my
became, but also it depends. Like, this is basically a Twitter feud that's being received as, you know, as the official story about how this rolled out. I mean, it depends how much attention you pay to it. But I think there is a tendency, and I see this on a lot of like mainstream sites like AV Club and stuff like that, is like the toxic fans and stuff like that. Like that's been overblown. Like, it's like, dude, I have a right to like not like this movie. Like, I'm a fucking card carrying feminist, you know, like libtard. And I fucking hated that movie.
like, and I'm what's now considered conservative, and I liked Last Jedi, you know. So I mean, like, right between just the four of us, you can see that it's not political whether you like it or not, right? Like, it's movie fans.
And it's movies. I mean, if there's one thing where I mean, well, when it comes to movies, if there's one thing I think we can all agree on, is that regardless of your political leaning, a good movie's a good movie.
You want to see a good movie, you know? Yeah, right. You know,
and then you want to see a good movie.
And then
the story makes sense.
But it coupled with the complete misunderstanding of how the internet works, right? The anonymity of the internet makes your YouTube comment section. You know, imagine if like this video takes off, it gets 1 million views. Can you imagine what's going to be in the comment section? Right? Because we just touched on some vaguely political shit. It's just going to be like the Hitlerians are going to get in there, the social justice types. They're going to call like everybody's going to like Tim, you know, and then the rest of us will be like, they'll hang him, kill him, and stuff, you know.
Yeah. So I think I definitely saw a tendency, you know, as disinclined as I am to agree with Hall & Oates. It pains me to say that, by the way. But I totally seen like this overreaction where about like anybody who doesn't like Last Avenger is a toxic fanboy, which is just, I don't know. I think that's That is overblown. I definitely agree that got.
It's human nature. When your product and your endeavor fails, everyone's first inclination is to look for someone to blame. Yeah. And it's a question of whether you get over that, whether you're going to be a professional, skip over that emotional reaction, and then deal with it in a professional and courteous manner.
More evidence that fucking
but
that Rian Johnson was too young and inexperienced to do this. Like, take on this franchise, and people don't like it. He's just like, it's because you do.
Right, but the thing is that they got in a war, right? And it's just not what you do. You're trying to sell this movie, like.
You don't get into a war with your fan base.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you look at like there was a recent interview with Henry Cavill when interviewer tried to, you could tell they were trying to get him into this thing of the interviewer was coming from a space of what do you do about these crazy trolls on the internet and stuff? What do you do for this crazy toxic fandom? And Cavill says, I wouldn't call it toxic. They're just passionate.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Like maybe he probably goes home and thinks they're fucking nut bars, right? The guy's born gorgeous. He's like 280 pounds of pure British muscle, and you think
calm down there, Jace, calm down.
And he's like, dude, he's fucking hot. All right.
I know.
Yeah.
I would do it if he was. Yeah. He's like,
if he made you.
If he grabbed me like a little bunny, he'd be like, be like, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I loved you in Mission Impossible.
Yeah. When he saves those guys in Man of Steel with the shirt off, I'm just like, yeah, I'm there. It's happening.
My point being is that this guy doesn't have much in common with the fat 40-year-old living in his mom's basement that these guys are picturing, but he's like being a professional in public selling a movie, and he's like, they're just passionate.
Yeah.
So they can say whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. Go watch The Witcher, starring me. Let's make lots of money.
Yeah.
And look at the goodwill it's gotten. It's avoided all of that trash fire, even though there were people everywhere trying to start fights over that. It's avoided it.
Yeah.
That's what that's
what we saying, Timber?
That's what Johnson should have done.
I like The Witcher.
Oh, he's great. Fantastic. Tons of fun.
Yeah, it was all right.
Tons of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Maybe like as Tristram's always saying, in execution, I think it missed a couple ways. I didn't know when or what I was watching sometimes, but it was great fun. Great fun. I can't wait to see where it goes. Yeah, a blast.
I hope they give Cavill a little bit more to do.
Yeah. He's supposed to be kind of a cold mofo, but kind of overdoing it a bit. Some more lines, a little bit more interaction would be great. I hope they go. Yeah, I know.
I mean,
I hope they go deeper on
half of every episode was.
It's a real shame because I think Cavill's a fucking great actor, and
I'm not convinced yet.
I'm not convinced, but
no, I'm not.
You guys
watch
Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
No,
he's great.
So
check it out. He's fucking suave as shit, man.
You don't even know it's him.
I think I saw most of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Did you guys watch that The Gentleman?
The Gentleman?
No, not yet. I haven't watched it yet.
You get fire it up, dude. Like fire it up.
Yeah.
Excellent return to form. Total excellent return to form.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm almost thinking. I think we should save it for the next fucking Yukon trip.
I'll watch that again any night. It's just good old fun. Don't want to work you up.
That could be years from now, Jeremy. Right?
Yeah. Oh God.
Hey, you never know.
If they let us. If they let us.
Yeah.
So I got the new chart ready.
All right.
Oh right.
All right. So
this is the show right here. I like this.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm not okay. While you're charting.
This is just my opinion of the Star Wars film as a stock chart. So we have.
I get it on the ground floor.
Which starts off strong. As you see, it's near the top of the stock paper. And then we go into episode 5, and Empire Strikes Back. Far superior, although, it's It got a great cliffhanger. It's what a fantastic dark movie. Then we go to Return of the Jedi, which of course was a great movie, but a little bit fluffy. Wasn't as strong as the first two, but it was still really good. Way up there. And then we go all the way down here.
There it is.
Episode 1, as you can see, is right at the bottom there. Episode 2, not much of an improvement.
I think, see, I'd have trouble in there. I don't know. I think I'd probably go 3-1-2.
Really? 3?
Yeah, or 1-3-2.
3 is the strongest of them all because somebody loses his legs. And
yeah. Oh, okay, right. I'm going linearly. Yeah, you're right. So I think 2 is maybe the worst for me. But
no way, man. When a kid starts
pick.
pressing buttons and in a spaceship at the end of 1, and it's like,
oh
God. I
God,
wonder what this does.
I know. LOL.
What lazy writing.
I know, it's so bad.
I think the prequels would be way easier than the last 3.
And then
Okay, what?
Way easier to fix. Just get rid of Jar Jar dialogue and get some fucking actual good directors that could direct the actors to act properly. And
I don't-
it wouldn't have been
I
bad.
don't know,
Story-wise,
though.
it was fine.
I don't know though. What's the story? Is there like economic blockade? You know, like
Well,
what's
the story is
Like,
the story is the rise of Vader. That's
Right.
the story.
Yeah,
And
but
I thought from a writing standpoint, Lucas actually got that really well. I thought it just wasn't-
episode one is about like accounting.
Nobody wants to see a angsty kid for like 3 movies. Well, 2 movies. The first one he wasn't.
But he wasn't.
angsty at all.
He wasn't much of the focus, though. I mean, the focus in the first movie was more on Qui-Gon and Ewan McGregor, Kenobi. They really carried that movie.
Yeah,
The kid was just there. You know?
started so good. The opening section of episode 1, I fucking love it. Anyway, Tim, getting back on track.
The politics of it all was kind of cool.
So episode 3, a little bit
some
better.
politics.
No, it was not.
Years past.
What was bad?
Years past.
The politics was bad?
Abrams puts out episode 7, which is a little bit of light, but it's still a terrible movie.
Yeah.
But it's well done and it's shiny and all the little shiny things in it. And then, of course, we have everybody's favorite, the Last Jedi.
Look
And
away,
then,
Tristram.
And then we
what?
We have
This is all just...
There we go.
Oh,
there
wow.
you go.
and then
Yeah,
He did it.
and 9.
and there's number 9 right there.
Yes.
Wow.
The final one, right at the bottom. If another one was made, I mean,
So correct.
it could only get better than that.
That's fucking
Right.
great.
It was better
Got
than.
tape handy. I love it.
Well, yeah, I have tape handy. I always have tape handy.
Oh,
guys.
wow.
Nice. Always got tape.
Wow.
You're a tape guy. They know you're on the movie set.
So I can do the same thing for Fast and the Furious.
Oh, that'd
franchise.
So this is a franchise stock. This could be the thing that differentiates us.
Well,
All right,
based
so
on your
here-
chart, Tim, it looks like it's where to go but up. So
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try my-
it's
Nowhere to
maybe.
go but up.
It's a buyer's
where to
market.
go but up.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do you got, Jared? What do you got
I
there?
think
I'm gonna try
I think we said
Okay.
I think we said that after the prequels though. So
What do we got going, Jeremy?
Okay, so we got Star Wars.
Yeah.
I refuse
Oh.
to use fucking Lucas's imposed structure, his
Yeah.
imposed pronouns.
You
So
better
then-
not
Is
misgender
this
it.
backwards to you guys? Do I need to write backwards?
No, it flips
Okay.
things
no,
All right. okay.
correctly.
And then so I Star Wars is my favorite. So
Fair enough.
yeah,
Gotta
Empire
get that
Strikes
a little
Back-
closer. We can't read it.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim's got a good handle on that. Okay, so Empire Strikes Back. It should be like this. It's practically the same. Like
you're
Star
pretty
Wars is
linear
my favorite.
there.
Yeah.
And then I love Jedi. Everybody
I
gets
love
shit on
Jedi.
it.
It's
I
great.
love Jedi.
You can even make an argument that it's one of the best. Like I just
It's
Yeah.
one of the 3
I
best.
love Jedi.
the original trilogy is just it's fantastic.
I love the corn. I love the
Yeah.
fucking corn. I
fucking
love picking out
adventure,
the
man.
corn.
That whole like Errol Flynn swashbuckling on
Yeah.
Jabba's fucking
Oh,
ship
it's great.
there in the
Oh
desert.
no.
That was my shirt.
Give that to
You
yeah,
gotta
give that to Hollow.
Someone's
Give that
gonna
to
drink
Hollow.
today,
All right. So then we go to Phantom,
Yeah.
right? and then we fall into the Sarlacc pit for Clone Wars
with the fixed piece of drool.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, the Sarlacc's
No. You're talking about the
Rancor.
Rancor. Right. And for me, it never recovered. Like it just stays.
Yeah.
It stays.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna put Force Awakens as close to Jedi.
Wow.
Because of the hope, because of A New Hope.
Because you
Wow.
have hope.
Damn.
No. I'm telling you about by the third time I saw the movie, like I watched the movie with my partner, and she had only seen she has no involvement in Star Wars, and she'd only seen Star Wars the new edition like 2 years before.
Wow.
But in preparation for Last Jedi, we're just like, okay, let's watch Force Awakens, and she really enjoyed it. Like she basically went in not knowing the franchise, and she like we laughed at the laughs. We had a good time. So it really raised my estimate of the movie.
Yeah.
But then we get to the movie that will not be named. Like so, I didn't. I was too lazy. I didn't do Tim's thing.
So
it's just not on there. It doesn't exist as a movie.
Yeah, it's down ball sack. That's where it is.
It's like a nightmare I had, and then I woke up like, oh, well, that wasn't real.
Off the charts bad.
Yeah.
And then STD.
And
yeah,
then,
literally off the chart. I love it.
Yeah. And then Rise of Skywalker is just kind of like
it blows my mind how you guys could ever rate Rise of Skywalker better than Last Jedi. I understand your hearts have been broken, but I don't see how you can say it's a better movie. Like objectively, I don't get it.
Well, it's all
I'm
objectively
trying.
bad.
I'm trying. Yes.
It's all objectively bad.
Tristram totally turned me on that. Like I've been kind of waffling, and Tristram totally turned me on. It's just like it's like revenge porn, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, totally, yeah. Totally.
The scene where Han Solo comes back as a ghost.
Oh God! And it's like there's ghosts everywhere. It's like ghosts talking to ghosts. It's like Ghostland.
But nothing makes any sense. They're force shifting like animate objects through whatever the ether.
That's the moment when you're like, oh yeah, Chris Terrio wrote this script.
I actually liked
Captain Dream sequence.
The passing the lightsaber through whatever the necklace thing. I liked that. I liked it.
I was down with that. I like that Force Nexus talk.
No, there's no explanation for anything.
The Force Skype.
Like people.
But no,
everybody freaked out about the fucking midichlorians. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like all the hardcore fans went nuts. What is this? Like, what are you talking about? Well, the last trilogy just fuck.
Oh yeah, but Rise of Skywalker on its own just had one every 5 minutes. Like now the Force does this. Yeah. Now the Force does that. Now the Force does this. Now the Force does that. No, it's just like one after another.
Heals people. You're like, what?
Healing and yeah. Now you can pass things through the Skype and fuck, man, it just never ended. And then Han Solo is not a Force user. He doesn't have the Force glowy. So it's a hallucination or just a metaphorical representation of the.
It's an internal dialogue. I think.
It's internal.
Like exactly the same as Batman v Superman. Kevin Costner on the mountain. It's a fucking internal dialogue, but the writing is so fucking bad that you don't know that.
Why did you say that name?
Martha. Our mothers are called Martha. Is your mother called Martha? I won't kill you if your mother's called Martha.
Zack Snyder's like, fuck yeah, man, great fucking scene. Yeah, I'm so fucking amped.
Yeah, okay, guys, let's do cocaine.
All right, yeah. Coke and hit the craft trucks.
That's right, and the S&M clubs. I like feet. I like feet and shit. I like getting whipped.
On
my nuts.
Wrong director.
But not really. Not really.
Not really.
Pretty much like bed buddies right there.
Who are?
Zack Snyder, J.J. Abrams. Yeah.
Here's the holy trilogy of shitty modern movie making. Is Michael Bay, J.J. Abrams and Zack Snyder, they're all the fucking same. They can sell a product, they can make it look like $1 million, but
go watch Benghazi, dude.
Yeah,
they don't make any sense.
I disagree with you on because of Watchmen.
Watchmen's great.
Watchmen is not great.
300.
Love Watchmen.
300 was great.
Well,
Timber, you like Watchmen or don't like?
Yeah,
Watchmen?
I love it.
I loved it.
I loved it too. I loved it too.
Incredible.
Wow. Have you guys read the graphic novel?
Yes, it's
No.
It's exactly like it.
It's very
like,
true to it.
It's like turning the pages of the comic.
Yeah, I'll just say, like, he just, like, Zack Snyder's love for watching muscular people beat shit up just defeats the purpose of the original novel. Like, he's fascinated with violence, fascinated with power, and that overshadows the original, like the whole purpose of the book. Like, he's just fascinated with people in slow motion beating each other up, and doesn't really get across the message of the book.
Right. Yeah, I see. I'm not there. I loved it.
Did you see Benghazi yet? The Bay movie that he did on the Benghazi assault?
No.
You got to see that. Go watch that.
Okay, I'll check it out.
And you got to remember, Bay's got that weightlifter murder one.
Yeah, we've been over this before. That is one of his worst movies.
That's fantastic.
No, it's terrible.
I loved it.
Like, for me,
it was a blast, man. I didn't like some things for sure, but I loved it. And The Rock. The Rock is fucking incredible. The Rock is incredible.
When's the last time you watched it?
Without sound, I watched it 5 days a week.
Man, it's just, it's weird. It's such a weird movie. Yeah, I don't know.
You're a psycho.
Not good. I disagree with the Criterion Collection. I think it's a piece of shit. But I just, yeah. If I think about
watch it without sound,
Michael Bay's best movie is probably Bad Boys. That's where the formula worked.
Yeah, right.
Noisy, funny improv.
Yeah. That's right. I mean, that was super fun.
That's where it worked. Like, glossy, funny, fast, action, R-rated. It all worked. Apart from that, like, yeah, I don't know. I just I've rewatched The Rock twice in the last like 5 years, and I'm just like, it's just so juvenile.
You're just like, I hated that so much. I gotta watch it again.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's my own. I drink a lot.
Yeah, I'm topping off my drink.
And I think Armageddon was probably his best worst movie.
Armageddon's pretty fun. It's
It's terrible. It's just like it's a terrible movie, but it's
terrible. Yeah.
It's fun.
It's terrible. It's propaganda.
You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then none of them pay taxes at the end. That's great. It's a great little twist.
That's right. There you go.
American Dream.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's good. I've only seen it once though. I'll admit it.
Armageddon?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that movie like 7 fucking times, but because like it was on reruns.
The one with Liv Tyler? Is that Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Liv Tyler? Okay.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I think I saw it maybe.
I don't think I've seen any Michael Bay movie twice.
I feel like I've seen way too many of his movies twice.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. He's just so ever present, you know.
I've probably seen the Transformers ones twice at least.
Yeah. Oh God, those movies, man. I felt like Transformers 2. I fell asleep in the theater. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it was just so like it
was such a clusterfuck.
Well, and
you couldn't tell what was going on.
There's no dynamics in the movies. It's just always the same. Yeah. And every shot, another video, I don't know if you guys have seen from Every Painting a Frame, Vancouver guy. On YouTube. Link down below. It's amazing. He just kind of breaks down Michael Bay's style and some of his good stuff, but why his movies, why you forget everything about them is just like every shot, like a car commercial, every shot resonates with emotion and like dramatic. It's very dramatic. You shoot from below and swirling shots, but everything's done like that, so you don't fucking remember anything.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, it's way too frenetic.
If every shot's important, if every scene is loud, if every scene's in your face, there's no dynamics. You don't remember.
That's good.
Yeah.
Totally. That's most modern movies. Are completely lost in how they look.
That's what I'm saying. Michael Bay, like Rise of Skywalker is a Michael Bay movie. It's like there's practically no difference. It's noisy, beautiful.
Well, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. With thin, paper thin characters. It's Transformers. It was fucking Transformers, the Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Wow. Without what's her name's butt.
I know, without such
like nothing else to watch. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Did anybody see that new the one? It's the yellow car.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, I saw it.
Supposed to be
that was okay,
good, right? Yeah,
that was okay.
That's supposed to be the only good one of all of them.
Yeah,
it was probably the best one. Yeah,
right.
But they didn't direct that. This is a production, right?
They didn't do it.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not sure who directed it, but yeah.
Well, he's moved on. He's moved on to serious movie making now.
Well, his next
Transformers 7, yeah.
He's an auteur.
The movie that he's working
on. Are they making another one?
Called Robopocalypse. So.
Robopocalypse?
Robopocalypse.
See, my point exactly.
Yeah.
My point is it all sucks lately.
Your point what, Kev?
It all sucks. I'm trying to think of the last actually.
It's really hard.
Great movie I've seen. Like.
Great movie.
It's hard. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
tough call.
They're out there.
Out inside of you.
It's so hard because
I think
like the world is dripping with amazing series, so I keep getting sucked into those.
Maybe like Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Those are great movies.
Well, I mean,
in the Marvel films, but they're of an ilk. The Alex, what's his name guy? Ex Machina.
Oh yeah, Alex Garland.
There's I often stumble across stuff that's really great. The problem is the system. Even these guys like the Garlands and stuff of the world, and the Rian Johnsons of the world, they once they get roped in and get a whole bunch of cash for a film, now you've got this meddling production system. I was watching, I think it was Unbridled Rage guy there. You brought up the point. Like in the past, it was more of a system of just like, you're greenlit with a script, you're greenlit as the director, go make your film. Keep the budget, bring it in on deadline, we're going to put it out there. And then you get Spielberg's and Coppola's and stuff coming up through that system, and you get the director auteur, right? And you get these unpredictable films that no one knows what's going to happen. You get interesting dramas, you get, dangerous political view dramas and mysteries and strange films being put out by huge production companies. Now there's a stranglehold in the money. They're pouring in $200 million, and the producers will fire you from your own film if you stray too far from something that's considered acceptable or that will offend China or will, right? Like you don't have that auteur thing happening anymore. You've got to go way outside of the mainstream to get there.
Yeah, you still have some of that. A little bit. There's still like small movies that sign.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm not being absolutist in that, but I think that whole general 70s through the 80s thing where you just think of like through the 80s through the 90s, maybe even to the early 2000s, you had big stars doing these cerebral dramas and stuff. Like real acting pieces and stuff that nothing blew up in. And now it's just getting harder and harder to get there, and they will just fire you from the film if they don't like where it's going and put some other hack in.
For sure. Well, yeah.
Did you guys see 1917?
No, I haven't seen it yet. You like it?
Wasn't too bad. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
that's
great.
The general consensus I get is sounds like it's like kind of like a B movie, like a B plus kind of thing. B plus B type situation.
You always got to be suspicious when it's running on a conceit that's so strong like that it's got to be a one shot all the way through.
Sam Mendes is definitely he's kind of like an 80% director.
What's he done that's great?
Skyfall.
Yeah.
Skyfall. I mean, American Beauty was a movie that tricked you into thinking it was fucking amazing.
I liked it.
Like it's good.
I liked it a lot.
It's good, but like it's kind of like
and there's an example of a different dangerous.
Did that last Bond even come out?
No. It's been delayed until winter.
Delayed?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
November.
Right.
Yeah.
They were quick on that too, man.
Are really theaters even open?
No.
They delayed it before any of the shutdowns. It was brilliant. They were right ahead of it. As soon as
we lost out on Black Widow too, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, Black
Lost
Widow.
what?
Black Widow.
Yeah, that was supposed to be
that
out
sucked.
like a month ago.
Poor Scarlett Johansson, man.
Why?
Just getting screwed from the get-go.
No, they've been screaming for a Black Widow movie for 12 years, you
I
know.
know, and they actually did it.
Ready to go.
And then they do Captain Marvel instead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Wonder Woman, I went to the grocery store and I was greeted with like a rack of like Doritos with Wonder Woman 1984 images
Oops.
on them. It was like, yeah. Whoa.
Oops.
How much did that ad campaign cost?
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
Whew.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think they're filming movies though. Movies are being filmed right now.
Are they?
From what I've heard, some I think. Yeah.
Not. I don't. Really? Maybe small.
I don't.
I haven't.
So.
Production stopped.
Yeah, as far as I know.
You can't keep the rules unless they're doing something very specific.
Exactly.
Oh, maybe.
Hey, did anybody see the last?
I forget which one it was.
Did we see what?
Did you guys see Hellboy?
Oh God,
Still
no.
didn't hear you, Tim.
Yes,
The
I
last
did.
what?
Hellboy.
Hellboy.
Oh fuck no, no.
Everyone kept telling me how bad it is, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it, and it wasn't that bad. It was better than any of the other Hellboys.
Yeah, which isn't saying much.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's reminding me. It reminded me of something else. Is just like it's not that bad, but I just can't get excited about it. What was it? Another super.
Looked reminiscent of Ghost Rider to me, just from the trailers. So
Ghost Rider was terrible. That was junk.
It had its fun in it though.
The first one, the second one was fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Like complete, like just scraping up dog shit on the pavement would be more fun than watching that movie.
The first one had good Cage.
Yeah. The first one had good Cage. Second one had wasted Cage. Idris Elba, fucking Christoph Lambert. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It was just boring. It's about like secret society of monks. You're like, what the fuck, man?
I don't remember a single.
Aren't they doing a Highlander remake? They're doing a Highlander remake, aren't they?
Oh God.
Oh God.
What?
Jesus. And guess what? They'll drag Christopher Lambert back in. You know, be like, here,
maybe
take this sword.
Not if they're doing a remake.
I'm going to drink the milk from a yak.
Yeah. And now I'm 96. I'm 96, but I can fuck like a 20-year-old. Watch me. Watch me fuck Virginia Madsen on a. It's gonna be amazing.
It's the Sicilian clay I get. It keeps my pecker erect.
It's the royalties I get from the Vancouver show. It's great. Keeps me hard all day.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to make a movie as good as the original Highlander.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just stop it. Stop the insanity, man.
Yeah.
Move on. Move on.
Yeah.
Like, rip it off and move on.
They're going to do the same thing. Yeah. They'll make it dark and serious.
Dude, if they can remake Footloose, they can remake Highlander. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a massive success. Footloose.
They remade Footloose?
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
that movie was a bomb, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
But you know, like there's so many films from our youth that I only found out later were remakes. So you know, it's in some ways it's right. The old boomers complain about like, oh, they don't have any original ideas anymore. But you know, oh, I got frozen in boomer face.
Yeah. It's the second time today.
So yeah, you know, I mean, I'm not against remakes. I think, like, you know, some things need to be updated, but they need to have a fresh twist. I mean, like the thing. My God, Tim, you and I watched that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that Thing remake. Oh my
God.
Oh my
really?
God. That was like so many of them where I watched, like Ghostbusters, where they don't know it. They don't even finish deciding if they're remaking or making a sequel or rebooting. So they just do it all.
The Thing remake was.
Did I watch
Ghostbusters, the new one?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you? Oh fuck! Wow.
But the new one?
Why?
Yeah, because I wanted to see it
with the kids.
What?
With the one with the kids or with the girls?
The kids one hasn't been released.
One with the kids isn't even out. Yeah, that's not even. That's not even out.
Have you seen it?
Who, me?
That would be amazing if you'd seen it.
Seen what?
No, the one with the girls, the 2016.
Oh.
Yeah, I totally watched it. I totally watched it, and it was the same thing. It as an overall arc. it was a remake of the first Ghostbusters movie.
Mm-hmm.
But then all within it had nothing to do with it, broke away from it in every possible way. So you're following these beats from the first one, but they're fucking everything up along the way. And the thing was just like that. It had all the same scenes, but like it fucked it all up in between, and you couldn't connect to anything, and it lost all the flow, And it's like, then you look at John Carpenter's remake. I mean, you look at the original, and it's like, it's really neat. It probably would have blown my mind in 1959.
53 or yeah.
Right, but like Carpenter went in and condensed it and gave it power and made a whole new thing, like an inspired vision off of this simple idea. Yeah. And then here they're just like, oh, I love that scene. Let's do that, except now we've got CG.
Oh, God.
And it all looks worse.
So wrong. So
right.
wrong.
And so the Ghostbusters was exactly the same. Everything was the same. It opened the same way, but they did it all in different settings.
Yeah. Did you see The Last Predator?
That's a great freeze.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no, I didn't see it. That movie
was
I didn't see
so
it, but
bad.
I've watched commentary extensively, so I've seen like a lot of it.
That was like in Windtalkers territory. Like,
the Predator is to the series what Last Jedi is to Star Wars for me.
Right.
Yeah, it was. I admired its spirit to try to make a movie that had an actual flavor and stood alone and had characters and stuff and had some kind of direction. But it's just like, what's his name? Shane
Black.
He's the guy, like, there's something wrong with him. Like, there's something wrong with him, and nobody was telling him, like, look, like, like, I'm pretty hard, right? But like, there's some inappropriate shit in there that, like, he just, like, the original Predator had like 5 jokes, and everybody knows all 5 jokes because they're so good. Yeah. But like, he took that and said, like, oh, that's what everybody likes,
right?
And made a fucking comedy that people get eviscerated in.
That sounds great. I'm gonna watch it.
It's a shit show, but I really enjoyed like I say, it's the Last Jedi of the Predator series for me. So
we're talking about the very last one.
Yeah. Out of everything new that's been done with the Predator, to me, it's by far the best and the most worth watching, because it's an attempt to make a new movie. Like, the guy had a vision and he was going for a certain attitude, whereas all that other shit was just like copy and paste, like no vision, just Predator's gonna kill me. Will he kill me?
Maybe wasn't
maybe he will kill me. Which one? Which?
Well, the new one.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe the vision wasn't bad, but the execution
again, like you're always saying.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like you're always saying, the execution.
Like, I understand you have to have a certain amount of, suspension of disbelief when you're watching any kind of movie like that, but this one was just so fucking out to lunch, man.
Yeah, it was, but Tim,
like, it doesn't
definitely get it.
It doesn't ruin the movie, Tim, but there's a scene near the end where chick basically falls off of the Predator ship or whatever the fuck, like, into the jungle, and the thing, you can on screen see the thing fly like 30 miles away before it lands, and there's like a fight, and suddenly like later she's there.
What?
Like, how the fuck did she just run 30 miles?
Yeah.
In like 10, like,
and she's a civilian. She's a civilian scientist, and she's like mowing down aliens with machine guns and shit. It's just, it's just, at
so
least
bad.
In the original, what everybody forgets is that's a super trained military fire team of the best of the best.
Yeah.
And it's the 80s, and everybody's coked up, so they have fucking, helicopter fucking Gatling guns and shit, so it all works.
Yeah.
But this, like, all of a sudden, a pretty civilian scientist becomes this ass-kicking fucking holding her own with these guys who are supposedly, military ass-kickers and stuff. And she's like, all of a sudden knows how to use munitions and stuff. It's
weird.
That being said, though, there were a lot of great jokes in it. They just would do it, though, as like 10-minute stand-up routines. That so you lose the whole flow. It was funny as shit sometimes. Tim, you're such a perverse motherfucker. You will love some of the shit in there.
Well, maybe I'll give it a try.
Yeah, Tim might like it. Yeah, Tim I can see liking it.
It is the last Jedi of the Predator series. I think I'm going to bet 100% that 90% that you'll agree with me, because it's also a steaming pile of shit.
Right.
But every Predator sequel was a horrible mistake.
Yes.
They all were a terrible mistake.
You and I saw Predator 2 with Danny Glover in the theater, and we're like, that was okay. And then Tim and I rewatched it in like 2004 when we were living together. We're like, oh my God.
I was never like, this is okay.
Yeah, Danny Glover's got a great.
I felt like we had a good time when we saw it. Like I felt like we were okay with it.
But he was just doing his Lethal Weapon thing, right?
I seem to remember like
Yeah.
Not the first one, but
I mean, like the cast. You got Danny Glover, you got Bill Paxton. Like the movie just kind of had enough energy and verve to go. But yeah,
Tim and I watched the biggest, just like the biggest tragedy of the series was the first Alien versus Predator. That was a tragedy because they had a great idea. They had some great ideas.
Yeah, some really good ideas in there. I agree.
Yeah, the ideas that the Mayan pyramids were built for the predators to hunt the aliens in. I was like, yes, Queen. Like that was I thought that was fucking cool. It tied up, like it made a huge like mythical history and stuff. I thought it was cool as shit.
I'm gonna fold up a little paper boat and put it out there and say that the Predator never had legs as a franchise.
No, hey, I'm 100.
Goodbye, Predator. Goodbye, John McTiernan. That goes. That's it. Just let it go.
There was nothing in my argument that said the movie should have existed.
Yes.
Just that at least I could see in the elevator why that sounded like a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, but instead of dealing with that in a mature and adult fashion, they just fucking cut women in half and shit in the pyramid. It was just dumb.
Sounds very video gamey.
Well, I mean, it's from a video game.
It's from a comic, wasn't it?
Alien. Oh, you might be right.
Yeah.
No.
Was it though?
Oh yeah,
there was a Predator comic.
Was it Image or it's from
but was it Alien versus Predator?
Yes.
Literally?
Yeah. That's where it's from. It's from comics.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Okay. Yeah. I'm out of here.
It might have been a video game. I don't know. But,
Oh yeah, it was. I played the shit out of it. It was fucking incredible. It was a really, really good video game back in like the not
70s.
Doom. Not, it was one of the settings on Pong. Yeah, like Pong. Then you clicked it and it went hockey, and you clicked it and it went tennis, and then Alien versus Predator. Bleep bloop, bleep bloop, bleep bloop.
Oh fuck!
And if you miss the ball, you bled acid blood.
One of your acid blood and your stomach exploded. Yeah.
They just released a new game. That's 4 players, and three of you are Marines, and one of you is the Predator, and you're in the jungle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. It actually looks rad as shit. Doesn't look like it would be fun for very long, but I imagine like one weekend of 4 people jumping on there, it'd be rad as hell. And like, yeah. So the Predator can jump through the trees and stuff, and he can be alerted by sounds. You're dropped all into the map, and nobody has any idea where anyone is. And the fire team has a mission to accomplish. So it's just like the scene where they're attacking the village in the original Predator. You have to extract someone, you have to get information, you have to do something, so you have to go do your mission. But the whole time, the Predator's in the jungle somewhere.
Right.
But you could be miles and miles away. So once you do your mission, you hear gunfire or whatever, then you get alerted as a Predator, and then you can go hunt them down. Yeah, really cool.
That might be cool.
Yeah, imagine for like a few hours, it'd be cool. Yeah.
As a Predator, your mission is to kill all of the soldiers. Right?
You want spines, son.
Yeah.
It's all about the spines.
I'm still slowly trying to get through 7 remake, so
yeah. I got one chapter left, dude. I got Sephiroth, and that's it.
Oh wow!
On
yeah,
hard
I just
mode.
got through the plate just dropped, so they just captured Aerith, and I don't know if it's true or not. You don't have to tell me. I mean, Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge look like they all fucking just died. So
I wish I could capture Tifa.
What are you guys talking about?
Final Fantasy
Final
7
Fantasy.
remake.
Oh,
game, yeah.
yeah. I don't play video games.
Yeah, well, it's probably healthier.
I guess I just don't have time. Yeah.
Well, I pretty much don't either. Like, I mean, this video game for me is like maybe once every 2 or 3 years.
Me too. I get super addicted to 1 or 2 every year. But it's like movies; it's got to be good,
Right?
And that's very rare.
Yeah.
But once you've done it, once you've gone through it, you don't do it again, right?
Well, the smart games like this one was like maybe a total of about 50 hours to get all the way through and get everything done. But as soon as you're done, it opens up a whole new realm of stuff, and you got to keep on getting better to get the new rewards. Plus, this is only part 1 of God knows how many parts remaking the original game.
They got you.
So you're going to go back in and do the super, super hard challenge mode to get the extra stuff to make sure that you got it for when the second part comes out.
I see.
Yeah. Still loving it. It's amazing. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So good. Jesus, good.
It's a triumph of the spirit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Way better than the original. Way better.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd hear you say that, man. Holy shit.
The original was a masterpiece, no doubt, but this has been a complete masterpiece so far too, I think.
Yeah, and without having
way more depth in the story, and and
it's got Tifa.
And it's got Tifa. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Waifu.
What, is she an elf or something?
No, she's a hot
human.
How do we get onto video games?
Hot human. Hot human.
I can't.
Human.
Was there a final?
I can't see Holland Oates. He's gone. Either ever, Holland.
I'm just fucked, man.
Was there a Final Fantasy movie?
Was what?
Was there a Final Fantasy movie?
Yeah, the year 2000.
There have been 2.
There's been a couple.
Yeah.
3 actually.
What?
Wow. They must
3 movies.
Well, yeah, but only one with a theatrical release.
2, I think.
In North America?
Theatrical release. Well, the first one, and then Advent Children, I'm pretty sure had a theatrical release, didn't it, Holland?
I don't think so. Like, Final Fantasy was like, what the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Foreigner, hot-blooded. Yeah, we're not getting the audio. We're not getting the audio. We're just getting like the inappropriately.
You need the audio. We all know the song.
You're not getting the audio?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. That's really weird. When you and I tested this earlier today,
it was flawless.
It was hard. It was hard to get the audio not to share. But, yeah. Because everyone in that video was under 12. That's why I couldn't get audio on that.
When we tested it earlier, it was hard, Melv.
When we tested it earlier, I was hard. What's the problem? Boy. Come on, guys.
What's the problem?
Last time we tested it, I was 12.
1982. Yeah. Connect on PET CBM.
On modem.
Modem PET
modulate, demodulate.
Oh God.
Jay, did you buy it?
We just got demonetized.
Did I buy what?
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
We got.
Yeah. There was no choice. Google was fucking garbage fire. Yeah.
Google garbage fire.
Gulag.
Yeah.
Gulag.
Gulag fire.
Google garbage. Suck it and see.
Got the fever.
Yeah.
103.
Okay, you think that's it?
Oh no. Yeah. Jesus, man.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Yeah.
I'll be here all week.
Yeah.
Geronimo has left the building.
Sure.
So what's our conclusion
Derby.
on Last Jedi?
What's our what?
What's our conclusion?
I don't know. Are we talking about it yet?
Or nay?
Well, has anyone's opinion shifted slightly from this debate?
I haven't.
No, actually, quite pleased that we didn't really talk about it all that much. That's good. Yeah.
It's not even worth talking about. That's my opinion. All right.
Exactly.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were for it. Yeah.
Yeah, The Last Jedi cannot
We
be
win.
discussed.
We win, Jerome.
Here is my vote.
Nice. There's a waterfall coming up, right?
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. You know, would have made that funnier,
Yeah.
Jace, if somebody was Chinese in that. It's really funny.
I was trying to figure out a way to put the R in, but don't
Yeah.
fired.
You better put Rian Johnson's head in the flames at the top there.
Ooh, I like that.
That'd be
I'm gonna
better.
work on that.
Yeah. Superimpose.
So what's going to be the topic of our next discussion?
Captain Marvel.
I'll have to watch it.
Another movie we can spend 3 hours not talking about.
What platform is it on?
only if it's entirely whiskey fueled.
Does Netflix still have Captain Marvel, or did it ever?
I believe it does.
Who cares?
I could be
I'll
wrong.
check.
I'd watch it again.
God, man.
Captain Marvel is Jason. But this is your Last Jedi. This is your Last Jedi.
Yeah, like it makes me mad.
Yeah.
I hate it that much.
But we can't review a film. We can't talk about a film that we all agree is great. It would be boring.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but we don't.
I don't know.
That's what we're here for.
I don't know
That's
about
what we're here for.
I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great to talk about a movie. Come on, the four of us with like what, Goodfellas or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where are we on Marvel then? Who
What do you
likes
mean?
it?
On Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
I
like it.
So I'm here.
Yeah, it's
You
kind of like
Yeah, I'm about.
Yeah, it's like
I'm about there.
It's.
It might not be worth talking about either.
Like Jace, I want to be clear. Like, it's not very good, but it's kind of, yeah. I don't know. I thought it was pretty decent comic book movie.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
You don't belong here.
Here's the thing about Captain Marvel. Whether it's a good movie or bad movie, and I think we can all agree it's probably neither.
No.
Okay, well, it's a good movie. It's
objectively terrible.
But it's a great jumping off point.
I would,
a bunch of other things and subject matters as well concerning, women in film and how they're portrayed and all that stuff. With stuff that we're experts on, of course.
Entirely irrelevant.
The buck stops here.
Irrelevant.
Buck stops here.
Yeah, women in film, it's entirely irrelevant. I make a huge list of female-led action, sci-fi, adventure movies with fantastic female leads. It has nothing to do with femaleness. It's a piece of shit movie. For some reason, Tristram has been over and over again. It's all about the execution. But for Captain Marvel, somehow it just doesn't matter. The amazing execution of Captain Marvel excuses.
I didn't give it this. I gave.
You said you liked it.
Yeah. It's kind of it's like
I liked it.
a 45-degree angle movie.
It's
like not a 10 for me.
But you read the comics, so
there's enough. There's enough cool shit for me to walk away from.
That's what I feel like. There's enough that worked. I was entertained, but there's some stuff I was shaking my head at. Like, Jude Law's character was a fucking mess in that. And
whose character?
Jude Law.
And none of it. You got to watch the talk about link in the description. The unbridled meh. The guy, he won't even rise himself to put unbridled rage on it. It's unbridled meh for Captain Marvel.
Great video.
Yeah,
great. Oh, and he was spot on. It was spot on.
Everything.
Yeah.
And it is
I don't
everything in the movie.
I don't disagree with any of the critiques.
But there's nothing left when he's done for it.
Yeah, I don't disagree with any critiques, but I almost I'd almost rather watch Captain Marvel than Ant-Man 1. Or,
Ant-Man 1
Oh yeah, me too.
great.
Totally.
There's something interesting
wow,
about
no
Ant-Man
way.
1 or
2.
No way. Wow.
Ant-Man 2 is really good though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd watch it over 2.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I almost didn't watch
Black
it.
Panther.
I watched it.
I would watch it over Black Panther.
Black Panther and Captain Marvel are close. They're close.
That's interesting.
They're close.
Yeah.
They're close.
I would take Panther over Marvel. I'd definitely take Panther over Marvel.
I would.
I don't
yeah,
think
I would. But Panther was the start of a slide for Marvel that is yet to be come back from. I mean, Endgame was good, but the slide was evident in Endgame. There was a lot of garbage in Endgame.
Has anybody made
Die?
I loved it.
But there was creep. There was shit creep for the first time. In the main line, there was some shit creep. There was some stank in it. Like to this day, I haven't found a single person to explain what happened with the glove at the end.
What are you talking about?
Endgame. How did Tony get the glove? How did that work? No one has ever explained that to me. It just
I'd have
happened.
to watch it. I've only seen it the one time, so I'd have to see it again.
But this is pretty fucking important, right? Like this is definitive. Everybody should know it because it's like the most important trick.
He didn't get the glove. He got the stones, not the glove.
Right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. And Tristram, you and I had this direct conversation, and both of us were like, "eh." And I've been online, and people are like, "It's a theory thing, like because something got cut, something happened, and all of a sudden, Tony's holding all the cards and snaps his fingers, and it's over. Nobody can explain how that happened." So
I have to see it again.
There's creep in the movie. There's stuff starting to go stank. There's the fucking girl power shot. There's stuff starting to smell. There's a little bit of like.
Oh shit! Girl power. That's got to be stank.
That's another reason why.
Oh yeah, no, Jeremy, you're right.
Ew, gross.
Yeah. No, you should have stuff inserted just to
Here,
political statements.
Drink this.
Is he drinking whiskey? Did you give him
whiskey? Hey man, I'm not shitting on it. I'm like you go watch all the movies you want where people make overt political statements out of nowhere that have nothing to do with the script. Enjoy.
We're talking about Endgame. We're talking about Endgame.
Yeah, and for me, I'm talking about a bit of creep of things getting like a little bit like when you go to the fridge and you're like, is that pasta sauce? Have I had that in there 4 days or 6 days? and you're like, you're giving it a sniff. Endgame is starting to get a little bit into has that been in there 4 to 6 days? It was still incredible. Don't get me wrong. Like an achievement in filmmaking. But when you compare it to Infinity War is tight. And Endgame's got some like, what? Yeah. What are they doing? Why are you a little bit of like having the end goal in mind instead of getting there with the characters? God damn it.
But I love that slow turn, that slow burn that Endgame has. Like when the movie opened with Tony Stark, I'm just like, am I watching ordinary people? What the fuck's going on here? Is Timothy Hutton going to kill himself? Like this is like I was like, wow, man. I was just like, I had to remind myself I'm watching a movie about magical superheroes. Like,
what I've always loved about Marvel is they take their time. It's incredible. So I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about these. Like that was the first movie where I was really having these other, maybe Iron Man 2, where I'm going like, huh, what now? Like, why? Okay, and then we go to the next scene and I kind of forget about it. But there's creep of this, a little bit of degeneration in the quality and a little bit of like a little bit of like jumping towards,
I see what you're saying. For me it was so minuscule that whatever.
But it was absent before. It was absent. There wasn't any of that in Infinity War.
I don't know.
There wasn't any of that in
your girl power moment in Infinity War in the trenches there.
Yeah, that was
you still had the same thing there. I didn't mind it.
It was ridiculous.
Oh
It
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Marvel can fly through people if she wants to. She can fly into outer space.
Who can? Scarlet Witch?
Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, she can do anything at
No,
any
but-
moment.
Why did she need?
But Jason, I think that's an argument against for Hall and Oates.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, Captain Marvel is an example of creep, not good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the avatar of it.
Yeah, you liked
and-
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
anyway,
disagree. I didn't have a problem with that. Thor can do the same thing. So I'm not really sure I see your point there, Tim.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the scene on the battlefield where Captain Marvel has to get the glove from
Yeah.
one side?
I'm not
we're not
Okay.
talking about a specific scene.
I've somehow oddly only seen this movie once. It's really creeping me out at this point.
Which
I
one?
need to rectify
Endgame?
this. Endgame, yeah.
Endgame? Oh,
I saw it
really?
once
Oh,
in the
wow.
theater and I haven't seen it again.
Yeah, I only seen it once.
Oh God. Fuck,
Yeah, I've
seen it,
only seen all of them.
6 times.
Exactly. I know. I was like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, I didn't think you had that much time on your hands.
Yeah. I've seen Ultron
Oh,
like
fuck.
7 times now. Like I need to get on this.
I saw a cam of Endgame like on the Wednesday before it was released Thursday.
Right.
Went to the theaters for the opening release day. Went back again that weekend, watched it again. Fucking rewatched the cam again, then downloaded it. Fuck, I don't know. Fuck, I've seen that movie 8, 9 times, man.
Okay. So to be clear, this is figurative talk. We didn't actually do this. Link down below.
I lost interest after 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then
There's some good acting, and then I lost interest after 5 minutes.
And then Tristan and Hall and Oates, like in Yukon, we watched the old Cameroni.
The what?
Cameroni?
The Infinity War. You saw the cam at his place when we were out there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was like your 6th time probably.
You and I watched in Yukon. We watched Spider-Man. What did we go see?
The cam?
You and I went to that.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh no, was it Spider-Man or was it
Homecoming?
Ant-Man?
Was it what? Ant-Man?
Was it the second Ant-Man? I think it was, wasn't it? Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Something to do with bugs.
I still haven't
was
seen
one
the
or the
second
other one.
Ant-Man. I still
Yeah.
haven't seen the second Ant-Man. I started watching it now.
It's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay.
It's totally
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's as okay as the first one. It's just, it's
first
good. There's nothing wrong with it. Like that creep that I'm talking about, it's not there in Ant-Man. It's just not that series struggles to have gravity.
But isn't the adequateness of Ant-Man kind of the adequateness of Captain Marvel?
No, in that there's nothing like you follow him and his struggle in life. You understand what his problems are. This reformed criminal with the daughter, very well developed, very 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 Feige Marvel, and a slow burn. You get emotionally invested. You understand the stakes and the outcomes and stuff. Whereas Captain Marvel's like, LOL, I'm the fucking best ever, bitches.
Yes,
Everyone dies
she's an
and I
alien that
win.
lands. She knows the language.
Did
and
nothing
she wears
to get
a
her
Nirvana
powers.
T-shirt, and you don't know anything about her.
Yeah,
and she's
does
kinda
whatever she
quippy.
wants, anywhere and always and only wins, and you have
I
no
agree.
connection
Very
to
shallow.
her, have no idea where she's come from,
Mhm.
nothing. Everything just happens at you.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, you definitely understand it, almost to the point of boredom.
Almost, yes, exactly.
Yeah, like the movies are almost boring, and they
See,
struggle.
That's
They struggle to
kinda what
have
I
gravity.
appreciate. That's what I appreciate about Captain Marvel. The fact that the movie extremely heavily relied on the fact that you hopefully read the comic and knew the character. If you didn't, then you were screwed. But I mean, there was there was a lot of really subtle fanboy service in that movie that I think most people probably missed.
But there we got to flash back to the patio in Yukon and the whiskey, which is just like when you're making a $300 million film to sell around the world and hopefully make $1.5 billion. That's ridiculous.
No, but they made it for me.
Right.
That's cool.
So that's why you like it, And then they artificially filled up theaters by buying fucking tickets for it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, whoa! It's sudden silence.
Whoa.
Really?
What was that? What the hell is that? Somebody took over my mic.
Where did Rush Limbaugh come from?
We got one of those. We got one of those hackers.
Yeah.
One of those Zoom hackers is here.
Zackers are called.
Passed his
You fool! You've killed us all.
Whomkers.
Where the fuck were we?
We were everywhere.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Captain
I
Marvel.
know we're Captain Marvel.
Fanboy service.
We haven't been anywhere.
Yeah.
We've been
But it's interesting though. But that fanboy service can get you pretty fucking far though. Like that. Like
totally.
Captain Marvel was an unmitigated hit. So
yeah, it made over $1 billion, dude.
You have to have fan service. These are comic book movies. So I'm not putting that down. I'm just saying you can't be like you have to have read the comics.
You can't be like
in order to understand what's happening. That's
you didn't
valid.
didn't though. But like I said, there was I know, but you didn't though. I mean, I'm just saying there was subtle shit in the movie, like really subtle stuff in the movie. That was total fanboy service. I said,
well, that's new.
I managed to pick it up.
What I'm
that's new.
Is,
Go ahead, Jer.
Well, I was going to say, but if you get those, it's like it's that old saying, like if you get 100,000 people to give you $1 a year, you're going to do all right, right?
Yeah.
So if they got like 1 million fans who are recognizing shit and going into it, and they want to see it 2-3 times in the theater, like you already got a solid foundation.
It's good.
Yeah.
And then it was entertaining enough that people, you know what that movie reminded me of a little bit? Was Buckaroo Banzai. Like a movie that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I see that.
Yeah, it's kind of gonzo, and you're like, there's a talking cat, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Overlaying all of this is take out the fact that this movie was marketed as the bridge between Infinity War and Endgame. Take that out, and it would be a $500 million grosser. There's no way that this movie was good enough that it created some kind of buzz on the streets that everybody's like, OMG, you have to see this. It's the most amazing thing ever.
Yes.
It's the only reason it's over $1 billion is because it was told like, oh yeah, Marvel was like, we're totally going to tell you stuff you need to know.
But that's not fair. How many Marvel movies are guilty of that?
Yeah, all of them.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying it's like about that one film. We're talking about that film. It remains a piece of steaming shit that made over $1 billion. That only because it was a bridge between Infinity War and people thought that they had to go see it. There was nothing else out at the time. Right. And the movie companies bought up empty theaters, and you couldn't buy tickets at places like those giant conspiracy theories. Fucking Zoom hackers.
That's the first time I've ever heard of
Fucking Zoom hackers, man. They just
Zoom
take it over.
Zoom hackers that make me put my head down onto the mic.
Fucking misogynist Zoom hackers. The Zoom hacker right now, he's texting me that he's showing me screenshots
Tim, let's get the Captain Marvel graph, Tim.
These fucking androgynists pushing my head down to the mic.
Session.
What?
I'm gonna watch Captain Marvel for the next session.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I'll rewatch it.
Yeah, I feel like
I guess I gotta watch that this week. Is that kind of the idea? That'll be my homework. Okay, we don't have to do Captain Marvel.
To rewatch it, Jay.
No.
Oh, you don't have to rewatch it.
No. Captain Marvel.
We suck.
You're gonna auto-tune that later. When you
only if you guys rewatch Last Jedi.
Oh fuck no!
All right, well there you go, bud.
No, I take the fucking vaccine before I fucking rewatch on that.
There you go, man.
There you go. I want to see it from Kevin's and Jeremy's perspective.
Jared's correct. I am that mad about Captain Marvel. It's that bad. It's that injurious to the whole series. To me, to my heart, that like I feel exactly about it like you do about Last Jedi. And if you watch Last Jedi again for the next episode, I'll watch Captain Marvel again.
But you don't have to watch Captain Marvel again. You just have to
that's what we were just talking about.
I'm just saying I didn't watch Last Jedi before this.
Yeah, but we were just saying you just said we should watch it. So
I have to watch it.
And I'm saying no. Oh my God, Tim.
Oh, you've never seen it.
Where are we going? What's going on?
I can't wait to see what you think of it.
Captain Marvel. Yeah. You don't have to watch it again, man. You've already got your opinion. It's great. I don't have one yet.
Apparently, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just we're like the Seinfeld fucking vlogcast. We pick a topic and then don't talk about it. It's all good. Whatever.
We talk about everything.
Oh, we did a solid
vlog about nothing.
We got a solid 30, 40 minutes. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Get back to Last Jedi. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I gotta go. I got another Zoom call.
Oh shit!
About the Star Trek franchise
with Leonard Nimoy,
bunch of other nerds,
with Zachary Quinto.
And it's gonna end the same way that JJ
Dinto. He's back from walking his Dinto
around his home. That's a Minto.
He was great in Heroes.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. That show went off the rails too.
Yeah, it only had the 1 year that was great, and then it just started to fall apart. That was another one. It just should have been that 1 year. It was great. Heroes.
Oh, God. Best thing though was the soundtrack to the whole thing. Lisa.
Oh yeah, Lenny and Lisa.
Yeah, whole show.
Mm-hmm. But I really have to go.
And Shankar.
Ravi Shankar.
Nora Jones.
When are we gonna
you're actually leaving, Tim?
What's that?
You're actually leaving?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. All right.
Why? Why do you hate us? Why do you hate our freedoms?
Guys, but
he's always the fourth wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's one of us.
Our free speech?
Only one of us is married.
You want to have like a
right?
Right.
Sandwich with the doll bread.
Well, we need cheese and ham.
That's a manwich, my friend.
Ooh.
We need cheese and ham between the doll bread.
Yeah, well, you know what? Cheese is bad for the cholesterol, so.
That's a Jewish sandwich. Cheese and ham.
I'll bring some mayo to the next session.
The cheese is taken off. So shall we talk about next Sunday, same time?
Yeah, it's unless they open the gates.
Yeah, we got to get used to Zooming, I guess.
I'm down. I just want to think about it. Like, I love that stock chart thing. Like,
yeah.
That should be our thing. That should be Tim's thing.
That's fucking great.
That should be all our things. Like Jeremy presented a different view of it, so it's so I'll think about that.
Let's play with that. I'll put that in the notes.
Like we can start with Tim's chart and then maybe roll out from there.
Sure.
Maybe we could all draw our own charts, or whoever's willing to.
I'm drawing a chart.
I'll make an effort.
I'm not drawing a chart.
Okay. So yeah.
Thing.
I'll
Gav, you're here to critique. You're not here to do anything. You don't have any assignments.
You're the voice of reason.
You're just here to tell us how shitty everything that we try to do
is. Exactly. Totally works.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, lady.
All right. I'm glad you've got my roll down. That works. I like it.
Remember the roll down.
What's that? That sounds gangsta.
Gangsta. Oh, me? No, I'm just spilling my booze and smokes all over the place.
Okay, cool.
I had the cap on.
So. All right, Tim. Thanks for hanging out, man.
My pleasure, gentlemen. I love you guys, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for the chart.
Peace, bro.
Okay, man.
Pleasure.
Maybe hard. Thanks.